Hi, my name is Emily Osborne. I serve as the budget coordinator for the Center for Student Engagement. Today, I want to go over contracts, a brief overview of when to use them, as well as what different types of contracts there are. A note before diving in is that student organizations that are funded through the Student Activities Fund, as well as who go through the allocations process. Those student orgs can submit their purchasing and contract documents through a purchase request, and that will be submitted to Center for Student Engagement. Student organizations that are overseen by departments and are funded by those departments, all of the purchasing and contracting documents can go to that org's advisor. So please work with your advisor or your department to be able to process those purchasing needs. With that in mind, this video will go over a general basis of contracts and can be helpful for all student organizations. When it comes to contracts, you'll want to know when to use them. A contract is needed when you are paying a service provider, and that service provider will be on campus. An example of this is when you have a vendor, say you want to hire a coffee cart. They're coming on the campus, they're handing out coffee to folks at your event, and you're paying them. You would need a contract. Times that you do not need a contract are when food is getting delivered, um, and nobody's staying at the event to hand out the food. Or if you have unpaid speakers or panelists as well. When it comes to unpaid speakers and panelists, we have a separate $0 agreement packet that we would need forms to be filled out for. The different types of contracts that we have are vendor, performer, speaker, and $0 agreement. The vendor contract are used for whenever you are renting any equipment or you have a service provider making or handing out items at your event. A performer contract are for events that are going to pay a performer. So anybody who's going to do a comedy show, maybe a circus act, that would fall under this category. Then you have the speaker contract. This is for a paid speaker who could be either well known or locally known, but you're going to pay them, so you'd use this contract. Then you have the $0 agreement. This agreement is a packet of forms that both you and the service provider will fill out, and it is used to make sure that any unpaid speakers, panelists, service providers in general, their acts will align with Loyola's mission and values. Lastly, we have open contracts. Open contracts are contracts that have already been filled out and they only need an additional form versus having to complete a full contract. This is a rare case. So for folks who have access to the Student Activities Fund, please email activities@luc.edu if you are interested in using a vendor that is shown on this slide here. My team will be happy to support you with any of your questions. That right there is a brief snippet of the contracts and when to use them. I wanted to say thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day.